Good. Oops. All right, 101. How many people do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One in the bathroom, that's 7. So we're still waiting for 1. Is there one in the coat room? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One in the bathroom is 8. Everybody's here. Awesome. Okay, when you're ready, we'll have a chat. We'll wait for the person to come out of the bathroom. Any questions walking in? Sometimes people arrive here and they go, on the way here, they're driving and think, I got to remember to ask something.
They're all ready.
They're all ready. Okay, oh, that's good. Okay, well, as soon as our other person joins us, we'll get going. Everybody has a name tag. That's awesome. Good. You have fun today?
Yes, it was good. Love it. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You can concentrate on it.
Yeah.
Tell me about the certain thing.
Awesome. Welcome. Okay, 101. My name is Coach. I've been teaching racket sports for 30 years. I've been teaching pickleball for 20 years. I'm here to help you get started. Today is A101, which is your beginning skills. So today we're just learning how to hit the ball, how to get some basic ball control, that sort of thing. 102, which is the next class, will teach you the rules. 103. Mary? All right, so 103, which is the class after that, is basically gives you some basic tactics to show you how to play. And if you want to go on beyond that, we have 104, which will teach you how to practice, and 105, which will introduce you to competition. Now, how many people here are just playing pickleball because their friends are playing and they just want to get out and get active and play some games? Okay. Does anybody here have a plan for competition in the future? No? Okay. Not yet. You might. Yeah, exactly. And that's fine. You're starting here. There's no ever any requirement for you to want to compete. But we do have a competitive training program here at Cedar Brae if you want to do that. Okay, so we're going to go in the gym. You're going to notice that there's 2 nets set up, which is room for 8 people. There's exactly 8 people here. There's a ball and a red spot on this side of the court, and there's a red spot on the other court. Each pair of dots is going to practice just bouncing the ball with your racket from one dot to the other. You're just going to be aiming for the dot on the other side of the net. The dots are very close together. So you're not going to be hitting hard and you're not going to be taking big swings. You're just basically going to be bumping the ball. And we're going to start with that, and I'm going to go around. I'm going to do an assessment. I'm going to give you some tips. And once I see where everybody's at, we'll start the ball rolling. Any questions before we get going? Okay, let's go on in the gym and get started on that. Come on in. Sorry, I should be holding the door. That's my bad. I went the wrong way. All right, so go across the net from a person, and then we're just going to bump the ball back and forth from dot to dot. Just underhand. Let it bounce off the ground. Yep. So let it bounce off the ground. There we go. Good stuff. Okay, your name is pronounced Sanka?
Yeah.
Sanka?
Yeah.
Perfect. Everybody, come on over here, please. Sanka and I are going to do a little demonstration. Can I just get you to slide over here, Ying? Thank you. Okay, so Sanka and I are just going to bump the ball from dot to dot. Go ahead, Sanka. This is all we're doing. See how easy? Just keep it in front of you. There's no reason to bring the racket back behind your body. Just keep it in front of you, underhand. We're just going to try and go from dot to dot. That's it. That's all we're trying to do. Just that, okay? Thank you, Sanka. Here you go, Yang. There you go. You're welcome. Okay, everybody, come on in for a second, please. Come on in right to this green line right here. All right, Sanka, you and I are going to do another demonstration. You guys can slide off to this side, please. Okay, it's difficult to hear in here, so if you're having trouble hearing what I'm saying, just put up your hand. Okay? We're playing at a very close distance, right? So if I take a big, long swing, if I start my swing back here, the ball is going to go a really long way, right? But if I keep the ball in front of me, it's only going to go a short distance, right? Right? So what I'd encourage you to do is, oh, very nice, very nice. Sanka wins the prize. Okay, so think of it as pushing. Don't think of it as hitting the ball. Think of it as pushing the ball. Ready, Sanka? Right, so we're just going to push it back and forth. Just give it a little push. Boom, good. If it goes out of control, like that one did, just catch it, start over. We want to practice good habits, not bad habits. So I'm just gently pushing the ball. That one kind of went offline, so let's just get it restarted. Oh, that wasn't a very good one. So we're just giving it a little push. We're not hitting it. Okay. The other thing I want to point out is my paddle face when I make contact with the ball is going to decide where the ball is going. So if I have my thumb on top of the paddle and I'm hitting under the ball, it's going to go up towards the ceiling every time, right? We want it to go over the net. So you'll notice these height markers on the two nets. There's a red one on that net. There's a green one on this net. We want the ball to go through this window. That's our objective, to get it to go through this window, right? We're not trying to hit it way up in the air. We're just trying to get it through the window nice and low. And I do that by tipping my paddle down so that my paddle face is facing through the window. If I'm doing this, pointing up towards the ceiling, it's going to be going over the window, right? So I want to push the ball through that window. Everybody see that? Let's go work on those two things. Okay, there we go. Oh, I'll take that, Yang. Thank you. Okay, so Yang, you're bringing the paddle behind your body every time. Just keep it out front. Yep. Very nice. That's good control. Push it through the window. There we go. Very nice. Yep, very good. Push it through the window. That's the way to do it. Oh, I'm going to come on in for a second and get everybody in for a second. Okay, so just going to get you to hold your paddle like this. Okay, if I'm going to touch the paddle a couple of times. I just want you to stay stable. Okay, if I was going to push this paddle, I would push it, right? I wouldn't poke it, right? I wouldn't slap it. If I was going to push it, I would push it. I want you to think about that with the ball. Push the ball. Don't slap it. Don't poke it, right? Don't pull your racket back. Just push through. Think about pushing a shopping cart or pushing, I don't know, a kid on a bicycle. You're not going to go like that. You're going to push, okay? Okay, pause for a second. Come on in. Kyle, I'm just going to get you to hold your paddle like that for me. Come on, a little closer to me. Just come closer to me. Okay, so I'm going to be pushing on Kyle's paddle, okay? If I was going to push this paddle, I would push it, right? I wouldn't do this, right? I wouldn't slap it, right? I'd push it. I want you to think about pushing a shopping cart. We're not slapping. If this was a shopping cart, you'd come up to it and you would push it. You wouldn't come up to it and go like this, right? So, push. That's what we're doing to the ball. Push the ball. There you go. Very nice push. Very nice push. Very good. Much better. Good stuff. Very good, Kyle. You got a great stroke, Kyle. Very nice. Can't see your name tag. Courtney. Very nice. Much improvement. You got a really nice stroke. It does. You got a really nice smooth stroke, Kyle. I like that. That's awesome. Keep that up. Okay, we're going to pull our dots back just a little bit. Right behind the blue line, just a couple inches. There we go. We're back about, I don't know, 6 inches behind the blue line. There we go. Just about 6 inches. There you go. Now try that. Awesome. We'll move our dots. We'll move our dots a little bit. Now that everybody has basic control, we'll move our dots back just a little bit. There we go. Awesome. All right, let's try that. Go ahead. Keep going. All right, Kyle's going to be our anchor. Everybody's going to rotate around Kyle. So you're going to go over there. Ya Ying, you're going to come here. Courtney, you're going to come here. Sansa, you're going to come over here. Around this way. That dot. Go to that dot. Exactly. There we go. All right, everybody pause for 1 second. Okay, Olga's going to be our anchor. Olga's going to stay right there. Everybody's going to rotate one position around Olga. There you go, Olga. So, sorry? Yeah, I'll get to that in 1 second. So come on over here. You're going to rotate over there. You're going to be right here. There we go. All right. So let's come in and talk about this. This is a really, people do it when they first start because it helps them understand where the face is. But long term, you're going to develop tennis elbow. Right? So you're much better off to wrap your fingers right around the whole handle. Exactly. The other thing is people tend to hold the paddle up here. When you do that, the ball is going to go up in the air a lot. You need to be able to hold it down here so that you can bend your wrist back so you can keep the ball low. Right? So slide right down to there. Right down to even a little further. There you go, a little further. There we go, right there. Further. There we go, get there we go. Little finger should be just about coming off. Your little finger should be right on that ridge there. So there we go. So we're going to get it all the way down here. If you look at my little finger, it's actually coming off the paddle. Right? Get it right down because then I can get the paddle face back. If my finger's on the back here, I can't get the paddle face back. And if I'm holding the racket up here, I can't get the paddle face back. But if I'm holding it here, I can get the paddle face all the way back. And that's really important. Okay? Come on in, everybody. We're going to talk about, let's talk about how to hold the racket now. Come on around this side of me so you can hear me. Okay, so if you hold the racket up here, you can't get the paddle face back, right? If you have your finger on the back, you can't get the paddle face back. You need to be able to get the paddle face all the way back, which means you need, see how my little finger is coming off? The paddle's actually hidden inside of my hand a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's good. There we go. That's good. Awesome. Kyle, come on a little closer. We're going to slide it down a little bit further. There we go. And that way you can get the paddle face all the way back so you can keep it low through the window.
The handle is the same length?
Yep.
Seems a bit longer.
No, they're the same length. So my tape starts in a different place than yours.
Okay, right.
Sorry, I didn't use that. Yep. So you just want to get it, if you don't have the low grip, if you're not hanging onto it down here by the knob, you're not going to be able to get the paddle face back, which means you're always going to be popping the ball up in the air. So work on that. Okay? All right, let's continue doing what we're doing with the new grip. How we doing? Ready for a rotation? Okay, let's do a rotation around Olga. So Teresa, you're gonna, is it Teresa or Teresa?
Therese.
Teresa, you're gonna go right there. Janine? No, but we'll get to that. Okay? Try not to hit past her dot. If you hit past her dot, she's got to run to go get the ball. Okay. Right? But if you hit it to her dot, then she can move forward to hit the ball. Okay? Okay, everybody, come on in, please. Come on in. All right, Sansa, you're a good demo partner, so you and I are gonna keep demoing. Come on over here, Sansa. Get everybody on the sidelines here, please. So, everything we've done up to this point is what we call a ground stroke, which means it's bouncing off the ground before we hit it. That's a ground stroke. We are also allowed to hit balls out of the air. Those are called volleys. So Sansa, can you hear me, Sansa? Okay. So Sansa and I are going to do a little demonstration. She's just going to hit the ball back in between the red dot and the net somewhere off the ground every time. And sometimes I'm going to take them after the bounce. Sometimes I'm going to take them out of the air. Okay? When they bounce off the ground, I want you to say ground stroke. When I take them out of the air, I want you to say volley. Ready, Sanda? Okay. Go ahead. Ground. Ground stroke. Volley. Say it with me. Ground stroke. Volley. Ground stroke. Volley. 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 Ground stroke. Volley. 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 Ground stroke. Oh! All right, so that's the difference between a ground stroke and a volley. What we're going to do now is we're going to do some ground strokes and some volleys. And I want you to call it with your partner so that I just want everybody to spend 3 or 4 minutes learning the difference between a ground stroke and a volley. Watching somebody doing it and processing that information while you're hitting it are very different things. So we're going to try and do it. Okay, let's try that. How you doing, my friend? Good. You doing good? Okay. Okay, good. If you're having any issues, just let me know. Okay. All right, ground strokes and volleys. Now, are you guys saying ground stroke and volley on every shot? I want you to verbalize it. Ground stroke and volley on every shot. Verbalize it. Okay, let's take our first break. We're going to go grab a drink of water. Just put the balls on the red dots. Put the balls on the red dots. And we'll meet out in the lobby and we'll have a conversation. That first half hour went by pretty quick, eh? Come on out here when you're ready, Kyle. When you're ready. All right, while you're having your drink and your rest, we're going to have a little circle chat in the lobby here. So grab your water bottle and come on out here. If you need to go to the washroom, go ahead. How's everybody feeling? Good. All right. So, there must be questions. No questions?
When you start, are you supposed to bounce it and hit?
Are you talking about the serve?
Yeah.
We are going to get to the serve, but the answer is you can do either. Okay, but we'll get to the serve in a little bit of detail later. So today I'm not really going to cover rules because we have a whole 102 course next, which is all about the rules. Okay, I am going to introduce a couple of things like the rules around the volley, a little bit about the rules of the serve, but I'm not going to get into a lot of rules today because today is really just about learning the basic skills. A lot of people come into pickleball from tennis or badminton or squash, and they think that they're going to be playing pickleball like they play tennis or badminton or squash. There are important differences. One of which is that pickleball is a small court, so we don't need the big swings that we see in tennis. The only time the racket ever comes back behind us is a little bit on the serve, and if we're back behind the baseline. Most of your shots in pickleball are going to be somewhere in the front 2/3 of the court, so you don't have to have much of a backswing at all. So that's really the skill that we're working on today, is getting this big long swing out of everybody and trying to learn to control it like we were just doing there, where you keep the racket in front of you. Okay, that's a good question. Are there other questions? Any questions about pickleball in general? Where to play, how to get into a league? Yeah, all right. Well, so Cedar Brae, our emphasis is on taking people from the beginner level to the advanced level, right? So if you want to play and learn and improve, Cedar Brae is a good club for you. If you just want to go play and you don't really care about improving, there's lots of places you can do that. Depending on where you live in the city, there's pickleball clubs all over. Most pickleball clubs are not oriented around learning. They're just oriented around playing. So you just sign up, you show up, and you play. And players on the court next to you will tell you what they think they know, and that's how you'll go. So if you're just in it for the social experience, you don't really care about learning, lots of opportunities. If you want to learn, you're going to have to go to a club, either a facility like the Calgary Pickleball Center or YYC, or here at Cedar Brae, where we integrate lessons with competition. That group of people that was in just before you, that's our advanced beginner group. They were learning volleys today, which is what you guys were just working on. And then they finished the game with some competitive games in which they earned ratings. So that's our system. We have pickleball that goes on all year here. July and August this year, the facility is closed during the week for some camps that are going on, but we will still have programming here on the weekends. How many people live close to here? Where do you live? That's not far. Yeah. Westside Rec Center is close to you. There's drop-in at Westside Rec Center. Yeah. Anybody else live far? Killarney, Westside Rec Center is good for you too. Here is good for you too. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty easy to come down the ring road to here. Anybody else? Acadia, also close to here. There's also pickleball I think they're doing pickleball at the new Alberta Tennis Center. I think they're starting it this summer. So I know they're doing paddle there. I think they might be doing pickleball as well. I'd heard they were doing that. Yeah. And there's Acadia Rec Center itself has 2 courts in one of the gyms there. Yeah. So if you're just looking to play without lessons, there's lots of places to do that. If you're looking for something that's a little more integrated with training groups and improvement, there's outdoor courts all over the city. So there's City of Calgary tennis courts, which are dual purpose, tennis and pickleball. They have their own rules. You can sign up with the city's play program for that. Around here, there's Wood Creek, there's Oak Ridge, there's Haysboro, there's lots of places. Some facilities, or some outdoor clubs especially, community associations, have the lines, but they don't have nets, so you have to bring your own net. But there's lots of places with nets where you can play in town, so you don't have to go out and spend $250 on a net.
Most of these drop-ins, you just don't drop in, like you can be a beginner, go drop in.
Yeah, so some places are really friendly to beginners. Some places are really hostile to beginners. So it's kind of trial and error. The advantage that we have here is we have an integrated program. So beginners play with beginners, intermediates with intermediates, advanced with advanced. So you're always playing with your own level. The problem with a lot of community drop-ins is you go and you don't know who's going to be there. It could be all beginners, it could be all experts, it could be one beginner and 10 experts, it could be one expert and 10 beginners. Like, you don't know. It's just kind of all mixed up. So you kind of take your chances. Yeah, 101, 102, 101 through 105 run all year round. Now we just started 104. I think the first one's in July. We just started 104, 105, but 101, 102, 103 have been running since last September. And we run them at least once a month. Most months they run twice. So now about 101, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Don't feel that you have to do them all in order. It's best if you do them in order, but don't feel that you have to. And don't feel that you can only do each one once. I've had lots of people do 101 3, 4 times. I've had lots of people do 102 3 to 5 times, right? Because the rules are a little more complicated. 103, I've had people have done that 8 or 9 times, right? And you can take one, go play for a while, and come back and take it again, right? So don't feel that they're sequential, that you only get 1 hour in each. Some people feel that they need more practice before they're ready to go out and start playing games, right? Some, especially guys, are like, forget it, I'll just go figure it out, right? So it's up to you. We offer the classes. You can. Wonder who that guy would be. So yeah, you take the classes and take them as many times as you want. If you ever have questions about your development, you can always talk to me or one of the other coaches here too. So all good questions. It's on the website. It's on the website. Yep.
Another question that I have is that do you recommend us, like for me, I'm an absolute beginner for the first time, to start playing, after the lesson, or should I build up my skills before playing?
That's a good question, and that's up to you. Like I was just saying, some people are really conscientious about wanting to have better skill before they go play, and some people are like, oh, I don't care, I'll figure it out. It's entirely up to you. I have athletes that have done one-on-one several times, and I've had athletes that have done one-on-one once, and they were in the same place coming out of the first time. They just took different paths. They both arrived at the same place down the road. So it's up to you and your personality type. Some people are very perfectionist. Some people are very self-conscious. They don't want people to think they're bad, right? Some guys, especially guys, they don't care, right? So I've been playing for 20 years. I still have bad habits, okay? You will always have bad habits, right? Don't worry about that. If you want to work on your bad habits, that's what our training programs are about. If you want to play with your bad habits, you can do that too. There's no rules, there's only kind of guidelines. So you'll have to make that decision. Other questions? Yep. Yep.
There's no way of sort of seating yourself
Yes. We have a rec program where you self-declare, I'm a beginner, I'm intermediate, I'm advanced, okay? The problem with that program is people who think they're advanced and aren't, and people who still consider themselves to be beginners and aren't, or the guy who's really good, but he wants to go play with his wife won't let him play with advanced, so they both have to play beginner, right? So that's the problem with self-rated programs. Yeah, yeah. We also have rated programs where to be in that program, you need to be at that level. So we offer both. There's a recreational stream and a competitive stream. And when I say competitive, don't imagine that anybody's going to the Olympics, because that's not what it is. It just means that the scores are recorded and the levels are sorted so that you're always playing with somebody who's approximately your level, right? That's all competitive means. Okay?
Rundown on a basic, intermediate bracket.
Yeah. So when you go to sporting goods stores, there's 2 kinds of sporting goods equipment you'll find: toys and sporting goods equipment. Toys look like sporting goods equipment, but they're not, and they're priced like toys. Sporting goods equipment costs more. So a paddle, $100 is about your dividing line. So if it's under $100 regular price, I'm not talking about the sale price, the regular price is under $100, it's probably a toy. If the regular price is over $100, it's probably not a toy. Now that's a guideline, right? And some stores will sell toys for more than $100, but generally that's a guideline. Okay?
Where do you recommend going?
You can buy them anywhere. I have a store. There's a dozen stores in town. And there's Sport Check, there's Sport Mart, there's lots of places. You can go to Walmart now and buy pickleball paddles. Those are toys, but yeah, you can. People order online too. Yeah. Yes, that's just a paddle. That's sporting goods. Yeah, yeah. That's gear.
Is there a height difference between a tennis net and a pickleball net?
Yeah, a tennis net is 36 inches in the middle. A pickleball net is 34 inches in the middle. So pickleball net is lower. If you go to a city court that's a tennis court and a pickleball court, you'll see a white net strap. You can lower the net to pickleball height or raise it to tennis height. Yeah. And any city court that's dual line for that purpose will have a net strap. All good questions. This is a smart group. Yes, you can play. There's two kinds of singles. There's a game called singles, which is the full court, and there's a game called skinny singles, which is half of the court. Most people start off by playing skinny singles because it doesn't require as much movement, right? So it's skinny because it's half the court. Okay. And then there's doubles. There's mixed doubles. There's men's doubles. There's ladies doubles, and there's co-ed doubles. In co-ed doubles, you might have 3 men and 1 woman, or 3 women and 1 man. More questions? We're going to be doing another break in a few minutes, in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to ask more questions. So if something occurs to you, there will be more opportunities. Okay, so we're going to go in the room now. We're going to learn about one specific rule about the volley. So we learned what a ground stroke was and what a volley is. You can hit the ball out of the air, but there are 2 rules around volleys that you have to learn. Right? The first is the 2 bounce rule. So to start a game, the first 2, when I serve, my serve has to bounce. The return also has to bounce, and then we're allowed to volley. Okay, so we're going to play a little game where we do that. And then the second rule is you're not allowed to volley in an area of the court called the no volley zone. There's a certain part of the court where you're not allowed to hit volleys. It's called the no volley zone. You can hit ground strokes out of there. You can be in there as long as you're not hitting a volley. But if you're in that zone and you hit a ball out of the air, that would be a fault. So we're going to learn about faults too. Okay? The first thing we're going to learn is the 2 bounce rule. So let's go in the gym and do that. We're all going to go to the court down at this end. Okay, Kyle, I'm going to put you here. Sansa here. Janine, you're going to be right here with me. Okay? All right, so we're going to come right up to the blue line. Come right up to the blue line. And we're going to start just a little game. Anything outside of the blue line is going to be out. Anything outside of the outside green lines is going to be out. So we're just going to play a little game. It's going to start with 2 bounces before we can volley. Ready, Sansa? Okay. 1 bounce. Out. So that would be out. That would be our point because you hit it out. Okay, so now we'll switch sides and you come on over here. I'm going to serve to Kyle now. Ready? 1, 2. Okay, now we can hit it out of the air. Is it out? Did you call it out? That was out? Okay, so out landed beyond the blue line. Perfect. Okay, so now it's your serve. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, diagonally to her, but it's got to bounce. Sorry? We're not counting points yet. We're just doing rallies. Blue in the net. That's right. Exactly. Yep. On the serve, yes. Bounce. Oh, there we go. All right. Switch sides. There we go, Sansa. You're going to serve again. Bounce. Bounce. Out. Okay. So that would be our serve now. Your serve, Janine. Okay. Try again. Bounce. Bounce. Good. Now we can hit it out of the air if we want. So that would be okay. And that, yeah, and that would be out. There we go. Okay, that's all we're doing. We're just 2 bounces before we can hit. Blue line and the 2 green sidelines. All right? So the 4 people that were on this court can come back here. The 4 people that were over there can go back there. All 4 people, 1 ball. Yep, you're right here, Yaying.
And then the no volley zone?
We're not dealing with that yet.
Oh, okay.
We're going to come to that in a minute. Yep, thank you. Pick up the dots, perfect. Thank you, thank you. There we go. There you go. There you go, Olga. What are the dots for?
Let's just set them out so that I don't think they get the concept of out yet.
Oh, okay. So anything outside of the line is out. I got to put these away because I don't want people to step on them and slip. All right. Okay, so out is anything that's completely outside of the line, right? When it hits the ground. Everybody get that? Okay, awesome. Out. Yep. So on the serve, it needs to hit the ground between the blue line and the net.
Right.
Bounce, bounce, 2 bounces, then we can hit it out of the air. But if it lands outside of the blue line, it's out, whether you hit it out of the air or not. Yeah. Out. Okay, so just serve again. There we go. Switch sides and serve again. Out. Okay. Person on the right always starts. I don't want to get lost in the weeds. All right. Out. Bounce. Bounce. Kyle's getting spinny. Bounce. Out. That would be out. Doesn't matter. Right now we're just bounce. Bounce. Good. Fall. Okay. Good stuff. Okay, everybody, come on in, please. Come on in, please. Okay, now I'm going to teach you the second rule because Kyle just broke it. Okay, so I'm going to be you for a second. I'm going to pretend I'm Kyle. Okay, so there was a serve which bounced, and then Kyle hit it back and it bounced, and then she hit it in the air, and he stepped into this zone, crossed the blue line, and hit it out of the air. This zone from the blue line to the net is called the no volley zone. I can stand here and hit a ball out of the air, but if I hit a ball out of the air with even 1 millimeter of my toe touching the blue line, that's going to be a fault. Okay? Or if I hit a ball out of the air and my momentum carries me into the no volley zone, that's also going to be a fault. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to get everybody, Sansa, you're going to be my partner again. I'm going to get everybody else over here. Kyle, can you come on over here, please? Awesome. Okay, so you guys are going to call faults on me. So just hit the ball back to me, and sometimes I'm going to volley them illegally in the kitchen or in the no volley zone. Okay. Oh, that was okay. That was okay. No. So I hit that off the ground, right? It bounced on the ground, right? Okay. So I can be in the no volley zone and at any time, as long as I'm not hitting a ball out of the air when I do it. So this would be a fault. That's a fault, exactly. Okay, do some more. Okay. That was not a fault. That was not a fault. Right? Not a fault. Oh! Sorry, was my foot in the line? Was my foot touching the line? Yeah, it was not even crosses. If I'm even touching the blue line when I volley, it's a fault. Okay? Let's try that again. So you guys are going to call fault every time I make a fault. Why is that a fault? Yeah, two things. Touching the no volley zone and ball out of the air. Okay? No. So if I hit it out of the air and my momentum takes me into the no volley zone, that would be a fault as well. Okay? Let's try it again. Here's because we're going to call faults. That's a fault. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to go back and we're going to do the two bounces. We're going to play our little game, and we call it the kitchen game. This area is sometimes called the kitchen. We're going to play our little game in the kitchen, and you guys are going to watch for faults. All right? Thanks, Kyle. All right, back to where you were. You guys have a ball. That's good. Olga's got the ball. Let's do a rotation. So we're going to have Olga stay where she is, and everybody's going to rotate one position around here. Okay. Okay, we're going to have Kyle be our anchor, and everybody's going to rotate around Kyle. Come on over here, Sanza. Yeah, come on over here, Ya Ying. You're going to be right there. All right, let's play. Out. Oh, nice try. Out. No, there was no fault, but you hit it out. Back green line. Yeah. Very back. The outside green lines. Oh. Yeah. So it's not out until it hits the ground. So if you hit it out of the air, that's still a live ball. It's not out until it hits the ground. So doesn't matter. You hit it in the air. The second time you hit it in the air, you didn't let it bounce. So that would be a fault on you.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Good work. Out. Look at you guys. That was a long rally. That was great. All right, we're going to mix things up. I'm going to take the two of you with me. You two can split either side of the net. Out. Well done. Okay, I'm going to take the Kyle and Courtney with me, and you guys are going to stay here. You guys come on this court. Come with me. Yep. There we go. You guys can play here now, all of you. Good job, Court. Good stuff. Yep. 2. Out. 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 Anybody can serve. We're not following the rules right now. Anybody can serve. Out. Out. Let me see. Yeah, it was out. Yeah. Out. Out. Bounce. Oh. Out. Very good. It was in. Out. 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 Okay, come on in for a second. Come on in. This is the last thing we're going to learn before our next break. All right, I'm just going to get you two there. You can stay here, Teresa. I'm going to get you on the sideline this time, Sansa. Okay, come on into the line so you can hear me. Okay, on the serve, I can serve either out of the air, like that, or I can let it bounce first and then serve. Okay, I can serve forehand, or I can serve backhand. It doesn't really matter. It's entirely up to me, whatever I'm most comfortable with. Okay, so the serve, either a volley serve or a ground stroke serve, forehand or backhand, whatever you're most comfortable with. So for the next 5 minutes, I want everybody to try different kinds of serves. Okay, and remember the 2 bounce rule. Bounce, bounce. First 2 shots have to bounce before we hit it out of the air. And remember our no volley zone rule. That's what we're going to work on for the next 5 minutes. Then we're going to have a water break. Yes, sir.
I just want to confirm. So the zone you're going to get, even if you're going underhand, you can't step in.
Sorry? Talking about a serve now? So during play, yeah, you cannot hit a ball out of the air before it bounces if any part of your body is touching the no volley zone. Doesn't matter whether it's overhand, underhand, sideways, between your legs. If you touch it out of the air before it hits the ground, that's a fault.
But if it hits the ground, you can go on and get it.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So let's do that. So Janine just bounced the ball in the ground in the kitchen in front of me. So this is totally, I'm in the no volley zone right now. It's totally fine. Right? It's only if I hit it out of the air that it becomes a fault. Okay, good question though. All right, let's go back to the course we were just on and let's play for 5 minutes. Trying different kinds of serves, bounce serves and volley serves. Bounce it off the ground, just drop it straight down. There you go. There you go, that's fine. And that, oh, volley, volley. Okay. Out. Ace. There you go, sir. Oh, out of the air. All right, everybody, let's go grab a drink and have another conversation out in the lobby, and then we will come back and move on to the third segment. I think my microphone shut off. Did it shut off? No, it's back on. Hey.
Or do most people wear gloves?
No. So I string rackets all day, and then my fingers crack and bleed. So I need to, when I'm teaching, because the grip sucks moisture out of my hands, I have to wear on my racket hand, I wear a glove. I'm not Michael Jackson. There's a practical reason for this. I don't like bleeding is the answer. Now, lots of people do wear gloves. It's optional, not a requirement. Okay, questions? That was a good question to start. Other questions? While we're having a sip of water, I'm going to answer questions.
Yeah, this is a kind of outlet. I was talking with a friend of mine, and I said, I'm not gonna, and she said that for eye protection, which I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so you wear glasses, so you're probably okay. Especially if you're playing in the kind of situation where you get advanced players mixing with beginners, it can be pretty dangerous. So you might want to get some eye protection. So you can get, if it's got the word pickleball on it, you're going to overpay by about 30%. There's squash eyewear, there's badminton eyewear, there's safety glasses, there's different. So yes, you should wear eye protection, especially if you're playing at levels where there's guys who play harder than they should, right? Because it's, and actually it's not the ball that's really the danger, it's your partner's paddle. That's the part that's going to damage your eye. So a lot of people wear eye protection. I don't because I wear glasses, and most people who wear glasses don't need to wear eye protection. But especially if you're on the smaller side and you're down below a lot of players, a ball in the face is a real possibility. So yeah, it's not required. I have a feeling it will be in the next few years. It's not required now, but it is advised. So that was a good question. And no, it wasn't a weird question. It's a good question. Other questions?
I was checking online at where I'm from, but I see that you have games only in the morning during the week, so I was wondering.
So Cedar Bray's winter program, which has just ended on May the 1st, there's a rec program Monday to Friday, 9 o'clock to 5 p.m. There's separate programs on the weekend. So if you go to our lessons page and our programs page, you'll see other programs on the weekend. Those are separate from the. So we have a weekday rec program, and then in the evenings, in the mornings, and on the weekends around that, there's other programming. Do you work? Is that what you're asking? Yeah.
But is it on the same thing? Because I was looking, I could only see more like in the morning classes. I didn't see anything else online advertised.
There is. Yeah, there is. You just have to go to the website and look around. You can always send me an email and ask me a specific question. It's coach@Racket Network, but it's all over the website. Or just send it to Cedar Bray and they'll get the question to me. Okay. Now, there's a lot less evenings and weekends than there is during the day, during the week. The recreational program is very big, 380 members, goes every day all winter long. It kind of wraps up in the summertime because most people go play outside. But right now, so for May and June, there's programs on at 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 1 o'clock, which doesn't help you, but there is right now. Okay, good question. Other questions? All right, we're going to go in the room. You're going to see that I've added some tape to the courts to extend. There's a white line, and then the tape is the extension of that white line. So we're not going to play on a full court just yet, because this class is just about developing basic skills. When you come in for 102 and 103, you will be playing on the full court, but today the most we're going to do is what we call the white court. The white line is going to be our back line. So we're all going to move over to that side, and we're going to play the game we've been playing just on the white lines. So come on in and I'll show you. My paddle is, oh, there it is. Okay. All right, I'm going to get everybody right in this zone right here for now. Just right in here, please. You can see that I've extended this white line over here. And I've used some green tape to finish this line. There's some green tape back there, and I've done the same thing on the other courts. So we're going to use this as our back line just for today. In a real pickleball game, this is the back line, right? But that's a little far back for us today, so we're going to start here. So we're going to be serving now, instead of from the blue line, we're going to be serving from here. On my serve, I need to cross the center line, so it needs to go diagonally. It needs to also cross the blue line and land in the court diagonal. If it lands in the no volley zone, that's a service fault. If it lands on the blue line, that's also a service fault, right? All the other lines are in. I don't want to get in the weeds on lines today because this is not a rules course, but just remember that all the lines are in except for the blue line on the serve, okay? So, Therese and Joan, I'm going to get you right here. Sansa, you're with me? Is it Sansa? Sanka. I'm sorry, I've been calling you Sansa. Sanka. Okay? All right. So, you're going to stand behind the white line. You want to stand off of the court, because if you stand on the court, I'm going to serve into your feet. Okay? And we're going to go bounce, out. So that would be our point. We're not going to count points today, but that would be our point. And since I served and we won the point, we're going to switch sides. Okay? Serve again. Boom. Good job. Well done. Out. Okay. So now would be your serve. So the player on the right always serves. Whoever's on the right when the ball comes over the net always serves. Yeah. No, whoever's on the right. Yeah, it doesn't matter who served last. When the ball comes across to our side, whoever's on the right is automatically going to serve. Yep. Very nice. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Sanka's going to serve. Good job. Okay. She serves. Boom. Well done. We're going to move in. Go ahead, Sanka. There you go. Oh, I should have let that go. I was going a mile out. Well done. Okay, so you served, you won, so your reward is you get to go over to that side and serve again. Yep. Oh, we got the point. Okay, that's all we're doing. So we're using a white line as our back line. Okay, so you can go back, 4 of you can go to that court over there, 4 of you can stay here. All right. Kyle, ball. Good. Did you win? If you win, you switch sides and you keep serving. Yeah, so if you win, your reward is you get to serve again.
Yeah.
Every time you get to serve again, switch sides.
Okay.
Good leave. That was your point again. Yeah. So every time she wins on her serve, her reward is she gets to serve again. But she has to change places with her partner in order to do that. Okay? Out! So whose point was that? It was your serve, right? Yeah, so you get to serve again. Out. Oh. It was going to be out. Yeah, but it was going to be out. If you had let it go, you would have won the point. But you won it anyway. Yeah, it did. It was serve, bounce, return, bounce. Right? Did I miss something?
She sent it to me.
Oh, then that would have been a fault. I'm sorry I missed that. It doesn't matter. Just play another point. Let's just replay that one. Okay. Serve, bounce. Okay, that's your point. Serve, bounce, return, bounce. Good. Out. Point. Point for you. All right, you guys got it. Out. Just a little out. Oh, hang on. You got to be behind the line to serve. White line. Yeah, yeah. So you have to imagine that this white line extends all the way through there, and then you want to serve from behind the white line. Oh, nice. Oh, that would be a point. Still good. Still a point. Nope. You learn. You're here to learn. Oh, what a rally. Okay, we're going to rotate. So we're going to use Olga as our anchor, and everybody's going to rotate once around Olga. Okay, we're going to rotate. Ya Ying is going to be our anchor. Everybody's going to rotate around Ya Ying. Okay? Ya Ying, you stay there. You go around there, Young. Sanka. Yeah, there you go. great. How are you? You're here for pickleball, I presume? All right. Have you been here before?
No.
Okay. So we're going to leave all of our personal possessions in that room. Purses, water bottles, etc. There's no water bottles allowed in the gym.
Okay.
You haven't taken 101 yet?
No.
Okay, that's not an issue, but just wanted to clarify.
I signed up for it. But...
Okay, awesome. Good. Okay, yeah, come on in. And so don't go in the gym just yet. We're going to get started in about 15 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
I'll get you to put a name tag on, and if you need a loaner paddle, there's one there. All right, thank you. If you can keep an eye on the door, let people in. Appreciate
sure.
it. Thank you. Let me turn on one more light here. Hang on, ho, ho, ho. So you served, you didn't let it bounce. That would be a fault, right? But you hit it, so that would be their point. Right? Okay, anyway. Good.
Right, because she served me.
Yeah.
I bounced and hit.
Oh, you were just stopping it, yeah. Okay,
I
so
didn't hear you yell out. Sorry. Thanks.
yeah, just so you know, if you touch the ball before it touches the ground, it's their point. Even if you just do it to prevent the ball from flying wild, just let it go. Yeah, you'll get caught on that in the game once or twice before you learn that lesson. Out! Whoops. Out! Whoops. It's in the kitchen, in the no volley zone. That's okay. It was out the second it hit the ground, so that doesn't matter. Out. Oh boy. Good rally. Very nice. Okay, it's going to be your last point. Last point. Last point. Out. Okay, come on into the net. Tap paddles. Say good game. Go into the net. Tap paddles with your opponents. Say good game. Good game. Good stuff. Okay, come on in, guys. All right, so this was A101. This was Pickleball Skills for Beginners. Our objective with today was to give you some basic skills, enough skills that you can come back and do A102, which is our rules course. If you're in a situation where you're trying to learn how to hit the ball and learn the rules at the same time, it can be really overwhelming for some people, right? So if you feel that, yeah, I can handle both of those things together, then sign up for 102. But if you feel that I still would like to get more comfortable hitting the ball first before I also adding the rules on top of that, then that's up to you. You can do either. You can do 101, 102, and then go back and do 101. You can do 101 5 times and then do 102, whatever you want to do. We're here to accommodate. Okay? Any final questions before we wrap up for the day? Good. Everybody had fun? Good. Glad you enjoyed it. All right, well, I'll see some of you again for 101. I'll see some of you for 102. I'm here every week. All right, nice to meet you all. No, just put them out there and I'll deal with them. I disinfect everything at the end of the day. So, all right.
For 102.
Oh, you are? Awesome. That's great.
How strenuous is the 102?
Just a little bit more strenuous than this one was because we're
Standing the court.
we're extending the court. Exactly. Yep. Are you in 102 next?
Yes.
Okay. Up to you. You can't reschedule it. You'd end up getting stuck with it, but you can watch from the sidelines if you want.
Okay, that's fine. So, okay, yeah, no
How are
problem.
you feeling?
I'm fine. I only have so much stand. I was hospitalized with something earlier this year, so I don't have so much stand strength.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, I'm fine, but we'll see if we can make it through.
If you guys are partnered up and you want to sit out together, you can do that. Or if you just want to sit out individually, you can. I can sub in for you, right? You can learn a lot just by watching because it's a rules course,
Yeah.
right?
Okay,
So,
well, we'll see after that.
okay. One 102, 102, 102? Awesome. We met before, right? Last class? Okay, awesome. And are you guys staying for 102 or you're staying for 102? And are you?
We didn't get registered.
Okay. Well, there's lots of sections. How about you, Joan? Are you staying for 102?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Good.
Where is your racket store?
In Canyon Meadows. Anderson and Elbow, second floor of the apartment of the shopping complex. Just online racket network. All right, is Tia here? You're Tia, okay? And is Leslie here? That's you? Okay. Tia and Leslie, I have on here, I don't show that you paid.
Oh, yeah, I paid
Last night?
I can show you the
And you paid last night? A couple days ago? Because Joe has been off for since Wednesday, so it just didn't get marked on the sheet. So we're good. Okay. Just double checking. That's my job is to check. All right, so we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Everybody's here. 6, 7, 8. Okay. What do we got? We got time? We got a couple minutes. All right, anybody need a drink or anything before we get going? Yeah, go ahead, Courtney. Any questions? I got a Joan and a Joanne. T and Leslie are not wearing name tags, so.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Have a good day. Awesome. All right, Leslie and Tia, did you have any questions? Now, you guys have both done 101 previously, okay? Both done 101, okay? Did any questions occur to you after 101? About anything, literally anything, well, related to pickleball, preferably. I can give you recipes if you need to know. I'm just kidding. Yeah, the height markers?
Well, we understand that now.
Yeah.
Because it's harder to get it back easier and the harder it is to play.
Yeah.
And then I was
The edge guard? Yeah. If you're hitting the edge guard, it's not the edge guard's fault. And if you're hitting the edge guard, it just means you need some more practice. That's all. Yeah.
But I can see what people like how practice.
Yeah. So you can play without an edge guard. If you're hitting the edge guard, though, whether there's an edge guard there or not there, it's not making a difference. Because even without the edge guard, your balls are still where you want them to go. Okay. So there's that. The other thing is paddles without an edge guards are really expensive because they break very quickly. Right? So the edge guards are like the bumper on your car. Imagine if you were driving around parking and bumping the other cars all the time, how much damage there would be to your car. That's what's going to happen to the edge guard, or with the paddle without the edge guard. So I've been selling pickleball paddles for 20 years, and I can tell you from seeing thousands and thousands of paddles every year that the ones without the edge guards don't last very long. So they're an expensive way to play. But there's lots of players that like them. So depends on what your budget is. All right, that's a good question to start with. Other questions? No questions? Okay, I find there's usually very few questions in the first question segment and lots in 2 and 3. Question 2. We're gonna have 2 more question segments. Okay, so we're gonna go in the room. We're gonna start, I'm gonna assume, because this is 102, I'm gonna assume everybody here has gone through the skills course. If you haven't, you can always go back and do it. But today I'm not gonna stop and teach skills because this is 102. We're on to rules. We're gonna start on a half court. We're gonna start on the white court length, which is right where you guys ended. We're gonna start there. So there's some lines marked out in there. We're gonna start with the white line as our back line. And we're just gonna start, actually that's not true. I put up the dots. We're gonna start with the dots. Then in the second segment, we're gonna move to the white line. Okay, so you've all been through it except for Joanne. Okay, we're gonna go in the room, you're gonna see some dots on the court. We're just gonna do ground strokes back and forth from dot to dot. Ground stroke is a ball that bounces before you hit it. All right, let's go in the room and get started. Do you need a paddle?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay.
When I took the first course,
Yep.
you had said that you can take that multiple times
Yep.
if you feel you need practice.
Yep.
The system actually wouldn't allow me to do that when I tried to do it again.
Oh, you just need to wait for the day that you were on be deleted. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Because you're only allowed to register for 1 at a time. So
Okay.
okay, you can always take it again.